Hi everyone, welcome. This is Gina. Today I wanted to alter a book. I'm altering a book today. I am using a seam ripper and an old book from a library. It has been withdrawn and this book has been sewn in the spine. So what I'm doing here is looking for the middle of the sewing, the signature, which has this stitching, and I'm just inserting the seam ripper, which is a sewing tool. It's to take out any stitching in garments when you need to alter it or deconstruct it. And when I burst the stitching, it's easy for me to take out the papers. It's really easy. As you could see, the hardest thing in this exercise is actually looking for the stitching, because sometimes it's so tight in the book that I either can't see it or I can't get the seam ripper under it. So you'll see me struggling sometimes to actually get the seam ripper underneath the stitching, and it can be frustrating and you might want to poke holes in your book but at least that's how I felt. Like, oh, just push the thing under whatever, you're going to tear out the pages anyway. But you never know how far the hole is going to go. So I just was like, Gina, just calm down, take your time, and get those stitches out. It's a nice exercise when you want to do something with your hands and you want to be productive and, you just want to do something. So it's a nice starting point to get your book started. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to cover my book. I probably will, but for now I'm just focusing on the inner pages of my book. I chose a small book because I felt that if I started too big, I might get bored with it quickly, and I didn't want to have this going on for too long. See, this one I couldn't find at all. I don't know. I do wear glasses, so maybe my eyesight wasn't all that good. But I had a hard time finding this one. And that's okay. I'm glad it happened so y'all could see. Because sometimes when I look at other videos, most times it's like everything goes so smoothly and everything just works out, and they find the stitching so quickly and they burst it quickly, and everything just works out perfectly fine. And then it's like what I'm doing is like, why is this happening? But I'm sure that they also run into problems. We just don't know. So here we go. Sometimes what I do is, if it's too tight, I would pull out one or two pages, which would help. Because the pages are removed, the stitching is slacker, so I'm able to get the seam ripper underneath. Sometimes if I pull on the paper, while still pulling, I'm able to get it's a lot easier when I take out a couple pages, because that space is now there for me to put the seam ripper under it. This is actually my first time altering a book. I've never tried it before. I'm excited. I couldn't get this out of my head, and I was like, I want to alter a book. I want to do it. Yeah, so that's what happened. I haven't really decided exactly what I'm going to use it for yet, but for sure it's going to be art. And when this thought flew into my head and it just refused to leave, I just thought about smashing paint in there and just doing stuff. Because sometimes you have your quote-unquote nice journal and you're thinking, I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to do experimental stuff in this because the journal is too nice, or it costs me too much, or things like that. You figure you should do quote-unquote nice art in there. But with this book, whether it comes out nice or not, it's fine. I just want to be very, very more than usual experimental in my creating. in this process in this book. And the plan is, because the book is small, meaning in size as well as thickness, I didn't want to have a very thick book because I didn't want to have too many pages either. I want to get it done in a short space of time because I feel like I don't finish what I start sometimes, and I want to do the book and finish the book. And right now I'm really excited, and I don't want the excitement to wane. You know what I mean? So here I'm struggling again. It can get frustrating depending on if all of your signatures give you trouble, but it's not too bad. And then after a while of pulling out pages, the book gets more flexible. So that's cool. So with this book, they've sewn pages together, but they've also stuck pages together. So where the pages are stuck, that's where I stopped pulling out. And I'm liking how it looks. I love how it feels. The book is an old book, and it's covered with cloth, which I love. These are all the pages that I took out, and they feel so juicy. The pages are like, they're old, so they feel kind of fluffy. Yeah, those. So I am just taking my paint, adding it to the page, and smushing them together. That's what I wanted to do. I just was like, Gina, let's just smush paint. See, look at that. It's cool. Tell me what you see, because we used to do this when we were younger. We would put paint and then smush it and then open it, and we used to do this in primary school and preschool. And sometimes you'd see some nice butterflies and, all these different things. So tell me what you see. The black one I love so much. Some of them was like, it's all right. But the black one I really like. So what I'm doing is the pages that I pulled out, that has the signature, the middle of the signatures, those are the pages that I'm working on. You see that? Like, you could see the words through it. I just love how that looks. Oh my gosh. Anyways. Yeah, those are the pages I'm working on. And I know the video is really long. I really didn't plan for it to be long. I was thinking maybe I could pull out the pages and then, do this and then do another video moving forward, working in the book, but it's like I couldn't stop, so I got really excited and I ended up doing a page in the book, like working on a page. So I hope that's okay. I hope that you bring a book along or something to work on while you're watching the video, and let's create together. Find an old book if you want, and pull out some pages and let's smash some paint together. Let's do it. It's fun. It's so fun. Because what I love about this is you never know what you're going to get. Because you put down the thing and you smash it, because the lines, depending on how you smooth the lines as well, it spreads differently, and you put down thin lines and then you get some nice big fat blotches. I think it's really cool. I love it. Really, really love it. So I'm just going to go ahead getting some paint down. Some of my paint was a little difficult, but we made it work. And I'm just getting paint down on those pages. Then after I was done with those signature pages, I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to put paint on all the pages. So that's what I ended up doing. So I'm just going to go through looking to see where I missed and just add some paint, unclog some bottles, and get some paint down, smushed and lovely. This one really surprised me. It looks like keys. I love it. And then I went and I spoiled it by adding those blobs, but they still look like keys. I just find that so cool. This one I actually really love. It reminds me of a moth. I love this one. And there was too much paint on, so I'm just taking the excess page, the extra page I pulled out to take up some of that paint. And I love how the print came out. I love it. And here I was deciding, should I work on the last page, because it's actually the book cover. And I was trying to decide, here I'm putting some wax paper in between because that page turned out really sticky. And I was trying to decide if to work on these blank pages because I love the texture of it. It's very thick paper and it's blank and it's not white, and I just love it, love it, love it. But I was like, you know what? This is your book to play in, so play in it. There are other books. Here I decided to mix some colors. I know I could have mixed colors before, but I was like, nah, I'm going to leave it plain for now. I could always add some other color some other time if I feel like. And look at that! He looks like an evil bug, doesn't he? Like, ha ha ha. Tell me what you see. Tell me which ones you like. I think this one looks so cool. He looks like an evil mask. You know, like in Flash, how they have all those things from the different worlds that come? Yeah. Or one of those other cartoons. But anyway. I also really like this page. I don't know if I'm going to add anything to these covered ones. And I love how the colors mix there. It's so cool. Art is such a wonderful outlet. It's beautiful. Art is beautiful. Anyways, it is journaling. And I like this book because it'll be my form of journaling. I like this book already. Even before I ripped out the pages, I like the book. And that's why I picked it. So, I mean, pick a book that you enjoy looking at and that you enjoy the feel of. That's what I do, because you want to keep going back to it, and I guess if you don't like it, create something in it so that you do like, so you will keep going back to it and you will want to keep going back to it. Know what I mean? So I'm just smoothing out the paint here, rubbing it and spreading it, and then I'm going to do the big reveal. Each page was exciting. This page I doubt I'll do anything to. I just love it. I love it! So with each one I smushed them and then I dried them so that I could just do all one time. And now I'm just checking to make sure I didn't skip any pages, and then I'm going to choose a page to work on. This page was sticking together a bit, so I'm just going to put another piece of wax paper in between, and then I'm going to choose a page to work on. I also decided not to do it in order. This book, I just want it to be totally random. I just want to play and have fun and just do whatever. No, even though I usually don't have rules, because I'm always creating, like, what am I going to do next? That's how I create. But for this one, it was even less rules. That was what I wanted. So this is a page I chose, and here I'm choosing papers that I think will go together with the color on the page. And then I'm just going to get cutting and sticking, because I'm going to do a collage. Okay. No, I just really like the book. So these were some papers. This one I made, and most of the other papers are from my art pal Marsha, who's also one of my viewers and subscriber. She's awesome. She's the one I'm doing the traveling journal with. It's awesome. Her pages are fantastic. Her paints, her designs, her mark making is just fantastic. I'm just using regular school glue to stick these down, and I was thinking to keep it super simple, so let's see how it goes. So I thought about leaving it like this, but it didn't feel right. But I like the papers that I just put down, because they're very calm, especially compared to all the busyness that's happening with the brown. So I love that calming effect that's happening with the papers I just put down. But I really wanted to use Marsha's paper because it's just so yummy. And I just decided to cut out some shapes and put them down. I like how the combination works with everything on my page, but it still didn't feel right, so I'm trying to figure out what to do. I didn't want to add too many big pieces. My book is small, and I didn't want to cover up too much of what I did. But her papers weren't standing out on the page, so I'm going to use some white gesso to just push that brown back, and I'm going to do it in those areas where I'm going to put her papers. And this here is where I damaged my bottle and I pushed the metal tip inside, and I'm really annoyed with myself. This is the second time I did it. I did it with the black paint and now I did it with the white. But it's fine, it still works, and that's what's important. It just can't cover it. At least not successfully anyway. So I am just covering this now and then sticking it down, and I can see it a lot better, and I love it. Look at that, it just really pops. Her papers are amazing. Okay. I love how they feel because she used brown paper. It feels thick and nice, and just, it has a nice texture, not like leather, but I guess getting there. I don't know. So I am pushing those brown marks back so her papers could pop off the page, and the page is starting to feel very calm now, which I like. And my page feels really calm. It's beginning to feel very, very calm, and I'm thinking, this is a very quick page. Very cool, Gina. You did well for your first page. So let's see how that goes. It's ridiculous. When I saw how long this took, I looked at the phone like it was crazy. It was as if I didn't do it. Like, huh? But anyway, so I'm trying to add some more of this paper to help the page feel a little more balanced. Of course, I need to get rid of that big set of brown in the back there, because it's just too much. It's too busy. It's too much. I like that I could see all those the script on the page still. I really like that. So here we go. I'm pushing it back now, and you see those dots below in the middle? I just love them. I just think it's so cool. Love it. And I keep thinking that the page needs more. It's missing something. It doesn't feel balanced. So even though I have all these curves happening, I thought that I would bring in some straighter pieces. And that's what these pieces on the left and right are about. Left top, right below. Just bring in some straight, slimmer pieces, and it also helps directionally. I think it's like, hey, look at me. Check what's happening down there, or look up. Yeah. To draw your eyes up and to draw your eyes down, and even though you can't really miss those circles, but yeah. So this is where I felt I could have stopped, and something was like, hey, why don't outline all those the lines, do the outline on them. And that's what I did. And that's when things sort of went haywire. I felt like I should have stopped. But, sometimes we all have areas in our lives where we should stop and we don't. Today was one of that. Today was that. And after I did it, I did not like it at all. I was like, Gina, why did you do this? Ew, no. It was kind of okay. I think the left side where I put the lines and it looked as if it was happening behind the shapes. I was like, yeah, that looks cool. And then below I did it on top, and then on the right I did it on top, and I was like, no. Yeah, I didn't like it. So I dried it, and then I was like, nah, this is not working. I need to cover this up. So I'm bringing in more of her papers and I'm going to cover it up. And when I did that, I felt like, better. I feel better. You know, it was like an exhale, a nice calm. Ooh, that's better. You know, it's like if you're thirsty and then you drink some water, it's not too cold, it's just the right temperature, and you just like, or you have a nice sweet itch and you just scratch it and your eyes roll back in your head and it's just like, oh, yeah, that's what happened. Because I guess it was too busy for me and I couldn't stand it. I couldn't take it. So here I am now covering it up, and my page has just gotten so completely difficult, so not what I thought was going to happen. And yeah, now I'm covering it up. So what I'm using to cover it up is also busy, but it's less busy for me, I guess, because of the color combination and the composition. It's less busy. We have more solid colors, I'm thinking. So I'm covering it up and I actually feel a lot better. I'm also thinking, Gina, what madness? This page is turning out to be madness. And then I reminded myself, Gina, this is your playbook. It's going to be awesome. You are going to keep it. It's a journal, but it's your book to play in, to just have fun and just splash paint on and stick stuff down and just have fun. And then I was like, yeah, this page is awesome. It's all about perspective, right? Change your perspective and everything just changes. Even though the situation hasn't changed, I'm still trying to fix this mess. So I'm putting my papers down. I feel a lot better about the page because there's less busyness happening, but something still doesn't feel right. Here I'm using my cake spreader to get those papers squished as flat as possible and get all the excess glue out. And yeah, I started to rip the paper here. I was like, okay, Gina, take your time. But I'm getting that really stuck down. And this book already makes me so happy because of everything that happened. The tearing out of the papers, the smushing of the paint in between. And I thought, true to myself, that we need some black on this page. I don't know if I feel like everything I make has black in it. But when I put the pieces down, I felt another calming, sweet exhale of, yes, it feels so much better. That made me feel so happy, so peaceful, so calm. I was like, yes, this is what this page needs. I just love it. I love it so much. So I'm getting those stuck down because, in Gina's world, we need black in our art. Whether it's splashes, whether it's long strips, whether it's, big areas, we need some black. So I'm getting those stuck down and I'm trying to decide, is this good? Do we need any more? Is there anything else that's missing? And even though I'm working on the 2 pages together, it still feels like 2 pages. It doesn't feel like one to me. So I'm trying to unify the pages. And then I felt like the middle was just missing stuff. It was just too weird. It didn't feel like part of the whole thing at all. So this is me attempting to make it one. So I'm just getting some pieces down in the middle because in that space in the middle felt like it wasn't part of the whole page and it was just weird. So I'm trying to connect my pages, make it one. And I decided this is what I wanted. So it will flow and look like one page instead of 2 separate pages. So this is my attempt to unify it. And while I'm doing this, I'm thinking, is me putting this paper down in the middle gonna make the book be weird? You know, is it gonna close weird because I'm adding more papers in the middle, like directly in the middle? But I said, okay, when it dries, we'll see how it goes, we'll see how it looks, we'll see how it feels. But I'm excited. This page, it turned out a lot more difficult than I thought. Complicated, I should say. But I really enjoyed the process. I must say, trying to work out this puzzle. Also, please excuse the extra background noise today. It's the rain falling. I was really trying to wait for it to stop, but I think it's falling whole day. So I hope it's not too bothersome for all of you. I'm looking at my pages and I added these 2 pieces to the top of the black there. So then I thought this page still looks too busy and I need to cover it up. And I thought what better way to cover it than using circles. Yeah? So I'm cutting out from this board here and I'm going to use several circle shapes going across both pages. And then I'm going to take some Huggss spray paint and just spray around them so that the inner circles will just pop off the page. This bottom circle, it gave me some trouble, but I tried to fix it. I don't think I did, but I should have left it like this. That's what I should have done, but then I ended up putting the white on the inside. But, I mean, what are you gonna do? It is what it is. So it still looks like 2 separate pages because of how it was done. And I like that crack that's happening there where the black strip is. And then this piece of netting I got from an art swap that I did. I do not know what it is called, but it smells funny. I don't know if that's the natural scent of it. No, because I left it out of the bag and it doesn't smell like that anymore. So, but it kind of looks like paper. I don't know if I can rip it. Yeah, I can rip it. But, I don't know what it is. I really don't know. If anybody knows what it is, can you tell me in the comments, please? That would be great. So here, I felt like the page was missing some black. So I'm going to put this big, huge, fat strip of black piece of paper on the page because I'm still trying my best to unify my pages to make them look like it's the same thing. I don't think I succeeded. That's my personal opinion. But, I mean, they could be cousins, right? I'm just thinking they could be cousins. So I got that stuck down. I made a boo-boo here, so I'm just adding more boo-boo to it and just getting things stuck down. I'm really enjoying the process though. I hope you are too. I hope you're creating. I really hope you are. And I don't know if you're like me and you're screaming at the screen and you're like, no, don't stick that there and put this instead. I don't know. Or you're like, leave it as is, Gina. Don't stick it down. Let me know what you think. Should I have put this piece down? When I'm fiddling around with it, I'm still thinking, should I put it? It took me a long time to decide if I should leave it as is or if I should add it, because I think it looks really good without it, but I also think it looks really good with it. So it was kind of tough. And this scissors wasn't the best. It's not the best, but I still keep it because why not? It still works. Now I'm trying to clean up my edges. The paint is still wet. And I'm kind of like, what's happening on the other side of this page? Is it messing up? But it wasn't too bad. I like how it turned out. I wish the top circle was a little shifted a bit more to the left. I find it looks like it's too centered. But I think it's because of the black strip running down in the middle. But anyway, now I'm getting this netting thing. It's not plastic. I know that for sure. But it feels like a mix between cloth and paper. That's what it feels like, but I feel like it could be paper. I don't know. What is it? But I love the shape of it. I got a black piece and a white piece. It's like some kind of webbing. That's what I think of when I see it. Some type of web. But anyway, so I decided to stick it down. I really like it. I like it so much. I love the feel. I realized that I like to feel things. I like bumps and grooves and just the texture. I like smooth as well. I like different textures. I like texture. So here I'm using the tacky glue and I'm just putting it on the lines on the webbing. And then I'm going to stick it down. I made some rice bags, which I saw from Laurie Marie Jenkins. I made some rice bags and it actually comes in really handy. I thought that, I don't know. I thought because it's rice, it wouldn't work because rice soaks up moisture. And I don't know. I was just thinking that it wouldn't last very long. But I like it. Oh, you know what I was thinking? That it would probably get weevil in it. That's what I was thinking. But I think so far so good. I like it. Tell me what you think of this page. I like it so much. I enjoyed the process. It was very different. I'm hoping the other pages don't take so long because I would like to try and work in it often and finish it soon, at least within the month. Yeah, let me check to see how many pages there are now. Okay, so I had approximately 160 pages total, and now I have 16. That's back and front. No, that's the single page. But if we do it back and front, double that would be 32 pages, which is still plenty. It don't look like so much, but it's still plenty. It's still, well, then that should last a month, right? Because about 30 days in a month. So yeah, we are actually pretty good. But I think I'll try and do more double pages than single. I guess depending on my time and my mood. So it should be 16. Yay! So that's great. So that was my choice of elimination. And when I was looking for the book, I just really wanted to get it small number of pages, and small in size, height and width. Yeah, because I have small in size, height and width, but the pages are a lot more, and I was like, nope, at least not to start with. No. So this is my book. Let me know what you think. I'm excited about it. Let me know which of the smushing pages you liked best. I love this blue one. It's just quite sticky. I think it's because of the paint that I used. My pen is I need to get some new paint markers, but this one is not working properly. And I just put the date. I'm excited. Thank you all so much for joining. Marsha, thank you for your papers. Thank you. Let me know what your altered book journey is like, if you've ever done one, if you thought about it but you never started one. That's been me. I thought about it, I just didn't do it, and then I decided to just do it. So I will see you in the next video, and I look forward to your comments. Bye.